Doctors and big pharma want you to be sick. They only make money if you're sick. This is a common thing that people think, and there might be some truth to that. But here's something to consider. Do people who make elevators want you to be fat so that you don't have to take the stairs? Do plumbers want your toilets to stop working so that they can come and take all our money? And boy, do plumbers make a lot of money. Do dentists just want you to have cavities? Are they not telling us the truth so that you can come in and always get your cavities filled? Or do country singers just want you to be depressed so that they can make songs about their dog and their truck, because those are the only two things that they love? There's only 3 types of music: country music, Van Halen, and Metallica. Prove me wrong. Let's not take the elevator. Let's go take the stairs. That way, we'll put the elevator people out of business. Firstly, I understand your concerns and I understand what you're talking about, because sometimes it does feel like the drug manufacturers, they want us to be sick. They're not educating us about nutrition or exercise or lifestyle changes that could possibly alter our health so that we don't need their drugs. And I get that. The doctors seem to only discuss drug and surgery options. They don't really discuss lifestyle changes and things of that nature because they're not taught it in medical school. They're not taught that it's scientific, and they're not taught to do it. And quite frankly, there's no code in the code manual that all doctors use. Doesn't matter what doctor, we all use the same codes to bill insurance. So there's no billable code that we could use that make us enough money to even live our lives. I personally don't feel the individual doctor is sitting there big, okay, today I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna make people sick. I'm gonna give them drugs that have side effects so I can give them more drugs. And I actually know the truth, but I'm not gonna tell anybody because I want them sick. I don't think doctors individually are doing that. Most people go into healthcare for reasons that they do want to help. However, at the top level, I do wonder. Let me give you an example. Blood pressure numbers. The blood pressure numbers have gone down, have gone down, have gone down. The criteria for what constitutes health has gotten to the point where it's almost nearly impossible for someone over the age of 50 to have what's considered normal blood pressure based on their guidelines. And of course, their guidelines end at medication. Another thing that's kind of fascinating is there's a lot of different drugs that once you're on the drug, you are told not to eat certain healthy foods. So blood pressure medications, cholesterol lowering medications, sometimes certain foods will increase the effect of the drug or maybe not make the drug work so well because the food actually does it. So there are many foods that will lower your cholesterol, that will lower your blood pressure. But if you're on a blood pressure medication, for example, and you eat the food at the same time, it'll lower your blood pressure so much that it's too low. And one begs the question, well, if we know a food lowers your blood pressure, but we also know the medication lowers your blood pressure, why are we told not to eat those foods anymore? Certain foods like spinach or kale or grapefruit, lots of different things like that, bananas, avocados. I have tons of videos, and at the end of the video, I'll put one on the right-hand side regarding foods that you should probably not eat because you're on medication. So it's almost like you either have to choose health or you have to choose being on medication. And you can't be both at the same time. Well, of course, that seems to me, it always struck me as weird, as being ridiculous. I understand people's concerns regarding that they think the pharmaceutical companies are out to get them. They think the pharmaceutical companies are trying to make people sick. They're trying to keep us sick. And doctors are just a pawn in this. And there may be some truth to that. However, there may not be. If it really comes down to lifestyle, it's up to you and I to really do the things that are necessary to stay healthy.